Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And of course, good morning, mini Motorways. Let's go to Beijing for today's daily challenge where we will have exactly five motorways, and we will begin with 4 traffic lights. Off we go. 5 motorways. We're not getting any more. Anytime it's even when it's like you don't get extra motorways, which like motorways are a wonderfully useful tool, but I find that anytime the game limits an option, unless it's like really, really damaging, like no tunnels in Wellington or something, anytime the game limits an option, as a player, I kind of crab rave. Good morning, Samurai Sam. Thank you for the crab rave. As a player, I kind of get in the headspace of, okay, I don't have this option or whatever, I don't have this tool, and I build my roads such, and I always find myself, it almost works in my favor as a player, because I'm like, okay, I need this sort of thing, like I need a bridge, and because I'm not getting traffic lights or roundabouts or a motorway or what have you, I'm likelier to get the thing that I need. It makes sense, or at least it makes sense in my head. Also, here in Beijing in particular, there aren't going to be any tunnels that we need, are there? No, there are no rock formations in and around Beijing. So really, what we're saying is, you're not getting any motorways, and you're never going to need tunnels. So in a situation like, say, this right here, I'm going to burn my last bridge just because it's a direct path for these yellows. There are 4 upgrades that we could get. Hold on, I have to sneeze. The only 4 upgrades that we can possibly get are traffic lights, roundabouts, bridges, and extra road tiles. And every week we're gonna get 2 of those. So, I don't know, it feels like it's very easy to get what you need. Does that mean that it's gonna result in a good result in the daily challenge? Well, you know, I did just use the word result twice in a sentence, so let's go with no. Good morning, Samurai Sam, Aaliyah, Fireheart, Bog, Unicorn, all of y'all are here, but none of you were first. Sunflare Space was here first. Good morning, Sunny. Oh, good morning, Scotty4250. Thank you for being here. Oh, that's a lovely little emote, Sunny. What's that? That's the Sunflare Space heart emote. That's very pretty. That's almost look like a love paladin shield. Like I can imagine someone holding that up and say, "By the power of the heart, I shall smite thee down." But you wouldn't do the smiting with the shield. It would be the defensive smiting. Is there a word for defensively smiting someone? Possibly blocking. Anyway, apparently I'm feeling goofy today, which, lovely. That's usually... I can't think of... Does Goofy have a girlfriend? Hold on. I was gonna make a dirty-minded joke, but I can't think of... I can't think of one. Shocking. Goofy has a... Okay, what's Goofy's wife's name, Sam? Tell me. Yeah, I know that he has a son. I don't want to talk about his son. No, we're not doing that. Anyway, Sunny, you have created a lovely shield. It is a beautiful emote. You did a good job with it and should be proud. We're going to take this red house. We're going to run it down here. We're going to destroy a tree. Exactly. Goofy's wife doesn't have a name. There. She's a myth, just like birds. Shout out to the Birds Aren't Real subreddit. I'm sure I have a big following in the Birds Aren't Real subreddit community. You come down here. These yellows, rather, shall have to, in Dutch Disney lore, which I didn't realize is a thing, and yet, of course, is a thing. In Dutch Disney lore, Goofy, canonically, is a dingo, which raises more questions. Like, do the Dutch have a special relationship with dingoes? I don't. Goofy doesn't have a. Goofy's a single dad. Shout out to Goofy, holding it down for all the single dads out there. Yes. How did we. I don't even want to. Here, give me a roundabout. Dutch Vanderlyn says that, Arthur, I have a plan. We just need a dingo. I have a plan. A goddamn plan is what Mr. Vanderlyn has. All right. Off you go. You shall pop over here. Scotty, thank you for being here. Says hopping on to resub quick. Something tells me there's an alert coming. Yay! Before heading off to work, see everyone in the YouTube. Yes, indeed. Plug the YouTube video, even though the audience on YouTube is bigger than the audience on Twitch, so I really should be plugging the... I don't have a button that plugs the Twitch channel. It's because I didn't think of that. But people on YouTube watch on... I don't watch. It's nice that you're here. What was I doing? Oh, right. We're gonna... Hey, there's that sound. Scotty4250 subscribing with the Prime Gaming. 2 months in the Goog troop. Thank you very much. Twitch recently tweaked the payout revenue thing for Prime gamers, and I know that folks in the US don't see much of a change, but I'm curious if anyone in the audience is like if anyone in the chat is like a person who has a large international following, or is that gonna materially impact you? Like, one streamer I follow was grousing about it, and I frankly have not done enough research to know if their grousing is meaningful, relevant, pertinent, accurate, fitting. There are several words that I could be using. Which one do I want? I don't fucking know. Oh, goodness. Oh, big stretch. Ow. Oh, Lord. It is Thursday, which means we are contractually obligated to mention that last night's episode of AEW Dynamite was an episode of AEW Dynamite, which means that at the very worst, it was a competently produced and generally enjoyable professional wrestling show, and at the very best, it was one of the 10 best wrestling shows I've ever seen in my life, which is kind of like the spectrum of TV you get with AEW Dynamite most weeks. This week's episode of AEW Dynamite was very good. There was a lot of good wrestling. There was good wrestling and good story stuff. You come back here. We're going to get these greens to come up like so. We're just going to leave this like here. That's going to be fine. Let's take a fourth bridge just to have a fourth bridge. Sounds like a plan. You go up that way. These reds will go as such. This green had been okay. Well, when these guys were just kind of like goofing around and not meaning anything, I was fine with having them connect that away. But if we're gonna do this, no, actually, I don't want that. Here, you swing in that away. Go from the west. We'll see if we can get you any more additional support type structures. Here, you come here and boop your way over to there. Leah Fireheart says, at least here in the US, Prime subs are a tiny bit less. Yeah, it's like, I think it doesn't cost a different amount, but it's a different payout for the streamer. And I think the difference in the US is like, if the Prime subscriber is based in the US, previously we had gotten like $250 and now we get $245 or something like that. Some very small amount that would only really materially impact someone who had hundreds of Prime subscribers in the US. And I don't know if the changes for Prime subscribers from other countries are on a similar scale or if they're like more substantial is I guess what I was getting at. Because like the creator I was talking about is based in the UK and has a lot of British and Australian subs. So if there's been like a massive change in the Prime sub payout scale for those folks, that would be more of a difference to him. But you know, Sunny offers coffee subs as well, or is it Ko-fi? I guess it's Ko-fi, K-O-F-I, ko.fi. I don't know what the website's called. Cheaper for the sub, you actually earn more than a Twitch sub. That's a good thing. I don't know. I sometimes think I should look into maximal monetization, and then it's like, no, that sounds like work. That sounds like work, and we don't actually want to grind every last penny out of people that we possibly can, _the Goog. Now then, we've got these reds up here. I don't really love... Kind of don't love the layout of this, but I think broadly speaking, everything's just kind of fine right now. This green can come up here. You two greens are just kind of backing up this house over here for now. This yellow will slide down like so, and also like so. You have gone circular, which is bad. Bad. Yeah, Leah Fireheart raises a good point, which, you know, listen, we're on twitch.tv after all, and listen, Uncle Jeff pays our bills, sort of, not really, but Amazon's not exactly the best folks, so I totally understand if there are people who would be willing to support a streamer or a video maker or whatever, but don't want to give to Amazon specifically. Which, yeah, I get it. And listen, if y'all are thinking about getting Amazon Prime just to do it for a streamer, don't do that. Don't do that. That's silly. That's a bad allocation of resources. Let's take. I mean, I've got 4 traffic lights here. Let's take a 4th roundabout. That makes sense. This green can go up here. This is a circle, which means at some point we're gonna have to deal with it. This double plaza over here can get that yellow and possibly more yellows if we need them in future times. But that is a problem for future me. Sunny has a 3-pound tier which costs less than a Prime. That does make sense. It is, you know, it is an idea for the future. Not gonna say it's not. Oh, euros, not pounds. But yeah, I misread the symbol. Same basic concept, though. You swing down over this way. What's the exchange rate from the euro to the dollar these days? I feel like a euro is $1 and change, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm basing that off of a several years old gut feeling. Yeah, it's usually fairly close-ish. Alright, this red is a circle now, which is, broadly speaking, fine, I guess. We'll take ourselves, I've got a bunch of road tiles, we might as well take a 5th bridge, mostly just to say that we have a 5th bridge. Something in here is gonna need more stuff sooner rather than later. Let's take... I'm not in love with any of this right now. What I'm gonna do is... Oh, a euro is $1.08. Okay, so that's very close. You, yellow, are gonna come up here. These blues, let's take these light blues, pop them together. What's the best way to get a bunch of these light blues together? Is it this? It might be this. We take this light blue, we sever this connection. I've got 5 of these motorways. I might as well use one of them. These blues are gonna come up and over and down into... That doesn't make any sense now that I've actually done it. Hold on. You come down here and then over to there and into here. No, that's stupid and dumb. Here, do this instead. There you go. Now you're starting to make some sense places. Okay. So these yellows, actually, yeah, these yellows are going to go off that way. This yellow is going to come up here, service that business. That'll be fine. These light blues will take motorway number 1 into this business. Okay. Now I might want to get more of these reds over to here, but that is a problem for future me. Future me can suck it. What about this gray house comes up here. Let's take these light blues. We're gonna run them up here over to there and traffic light right here. Unless, actually, hold on. Can I can't cut this. I can cut that. If I cut that, then the yellows can go up like so. The grays can do this. Hey. If the grays do that, then yes, we do have this awful little hairpin turn here, which I hate, but it makes sense. So we're gonna do the thing that I aesthetically don't like because it makes reasonable sense. Okay. And it maintains 1B1R. We don't have to do a traffic light or anything silly like that. It's worth doing. Now, these reds over here, do I actually want to burn a motorway just to get all of the, yeah, I probably should. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sever this connection. We're gonna pop this road in here. We're gonna connect that greenhouse right there rather than having it go down and around. And then we're gonna take motorway number 2 right here, run it into the western entrance of this double plaza, and you're gonna be just a donkey and hoary. Everybody go. So this red circle briefly got angry, but the keyword there was briefly. Not so briefly is this red circle here getting angry. So we have a fix for that, though. We can take all of the red houses that had been connected to this business and actually run this right here. This tiny little, okay, you don't need 2 bridges. I'm fine using 1 bridge to get you down here. We're not going to use 2 bridges just for the hell of it. The 4 of you go down in that way. There. Oh, Parlor Ghost had an unfortunate high school nickname. Oh, God. All right. We've got this gray business over here. This gray business over here could use some attention, and I think the easiest way to do that is to take motorway number 3, slide you in here from the west, just like that. I could reposition some stuff, like have these grays wind up serving this business, and these grays staple themselves to the circle, and then yeah, there are things I could do that I'm not actually going to do, basically. Hi there, red fella. You're a weirdly placed red fella. Don't necessarily love that, but, you know. This yellow will come up here, join that road. This yellow will point down south, join that road. This red is the previously mentioned oddly placed red fella, which... you, Doot. What shall we do about you, I wonder? I'm not seeing any fortunate red spawns happening, which kinda sucks, but give me a 5th bridge, I guess. And let's think about what we're doing here. I've got these 2 reds right here. Samurai Sam wants to remember the living legend Larry Zbyszko, which, ooh boy, Larry Zbyszko had a tremendous career well before I became aware of him. I only know Larry Zbyszko as a smarmy, heelish color commentator in WCW. He had a whole tremendous run as a babyface star. He had a heel turn on I think it was Bruno Sammartino that led to one of the biggest houses in the history of wrestling in like the 50s or 60s or whatever. I don't know and haven't seen any of that shit. But I know Larry Zbyszko as a color commentator who people loved, even though I didn't think he was very good. What are we going to do about these reds, I wonder? Parlor Ghost has asked a question, which I promise I will answer just as soon as I decide what I'm doing about these reds or whatever. And what I'm doing about those reds or whatever is... kind of don't want to burn my 4th motorway, but I am in fact going to burn a 4th motorway. We're going to take these 2 red houses and draw a big, long, stupid motorway. Go down this way. I could pull these 2 instead, but that would leave 6 houses right here going into this circle. I feel a little bit better with 8. So Parlor Ghost asks, hey Goog, do you want to know a fact about Shadowheart? That might be a total lie, but I'm going to have to play Baldur's Gate 3 to find out. Yes, I definitely do want to know a fact about Shadowheart that might be a total lie. But I'm going to have to play Baldur's Gate 3 to find out because, listen, I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3. It's a good game. We play it on Tuesday nights, except for next week. Next week, we play it on Monday night because I have an all-day job on Tuesday, and I want to play Baldur's Gate 3. So, spoiler alert, next week, we're streaming on Monday night and not Tuesday night. So, be aware. We're going to take these 2 light blues right here, shoot them down that way. Parlor Ghost says that Shadowheart has a mole on her left butt cheek. You know, Ghosty, I do have nudity turned off on the stream playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3. So, I'm going to have to play Baldur's Gate 3 twice to find out whether or not that's a lie. Let's take a 6th bridge, because why the hell not? I suppose it's theoretically possible that I could get her a thong. You're not wrong, Sam. You're definitely not wrong about thongs. It's like when Morgan Freeman was discussing popular meme songs with Christian Bale in Batman and asked, "What's wrong with thong song?" It's a long way to go for that joke, but I got to make the joke, so. Sad. All right, this green circle is kind of a problem, mostly just in the sense that I've been dumb about it. This little greenhouse right here, doot and doot. We're going to take this greenhouse away from this green business because this green business has all of this crap, and all of this crap should be just fine. This red business is getting angry. I think reds are just having a moment right now. Yeah, looks like every red is just kind of having a moment right now, so we're going to be okay. I am going to pull down the CPU audio slider just a teensy tiny little bit. It seems like the mix is bad. There. Now it's better. Give me a 7th and 8th traffic light, which I will definitely never use. Little red business, are you gonna die? I don't want you to die. Like, I don't want to have to do anything to fix you, but I also don't want you to die. You gonna be okay? Ghosty is not saying I should strip down all my party members, but it would be interesting. It would make for good content. I'm sure it would. I'm sure there's a lucrative industry to be had in the here's your Baldur's Gate character naked scene. Also, this red business is, in fact, totally going to die unless I do something about it. So, I suppose we'll do something about it. God. What, pray tell, shall we do, though, Goog? Let's, worry about that, actually. Well, what I can do is put this red, and this red on all manner of little used segments of this road, because this road right here only exists to have these yellow houses be emergency backup houses for this business. This business, you may note, is mostly supported by these three houses right here. So this section of road is actually not being touched very much, which means I can do this, and it's not actually the end of the world. If I do that, it's not actually the end of the world. We pour 6 more red cars onto motorway number 4 here and send them hurtling desperately into this business. Holy shit, this business got way closer to dead than I thought it was gonna be. Holy crap, don't die. Don't actually die, little red business. Be okay. Be okay. B-E-okay. God. Also, this gray up here, also bad. Turns out, not great when you leave your grays to fucking die. We're not doing a Just for Men commercial here. We don't want our grays to fucking die. These grays get up here. I stole a gray from this road. This road had plenty of grays to steal. All right, this red business has successfully caught up and not fucking died, so that's wonderful. Give me a 6th bridge I'll never use. This gray business right here, jury's still out. This red business over here, not in great shape. Gonna be honest. Let's put this red on that road. It'll interfere with the greens, but I feel like we can interfere with the greens. I feel like the greens can do with a little interfering. They'll be fine. We don't want our grays to fucking die, is what a very protective scientist at Area 51 says. You're not wrong, Ghost. You're definitely not wrong. You, over here, are a blue business what's gone circular. That's, broadly speaking, fine. Mostly because I have all of these lovely blues right here, not freaking doing nothing. So, if we run this road just like that, then we get 5 houses that we can staple over to here, support this business. That'll be cool. Is this red gonna die? I don't think so. Reds have been in a constant perilous state of near death for pretty much their entire existence, and so far so good, so it'll be fine. Hey, let's get another gray over here, stapled to that. That should be better. We can also, if I were the king of the forest, we could take this gray right here. I'm just continually robbing grays from this business up here, but this business up here doesn't actually need that many grays because it's got, this guy. This guy here is the best friend of this business, sort of. Red circle friend, are you gonna die? I keep looking over at this red circle and wondering if it's gonna die, and then not doing anything to actually save it from, dying. Also, yellows are mad now? Hold on, since when are yellows mad now? That doesn't make any sense. I didn't approve the yellows being mad now. Alright, this yellow business is angry. We can mollify it somewhere by doing something like this. We run a silly little yellow road up to here and then to there. That sounds like a planish. Sure, that sounds vaguely plan-adjacent at least. You are a yellow what can go over this way. You are a yellow what needs a bunch of dudes. Well, hey, I have an idea. What if we gave that yellow a bunch of dudes? Such as, for instance, We staple all of these yellows up to here, but Goog, I hear you say, that's not giving yellow dudes, that's stealing yellow dudes. I'm robbing minions right now. And you're technically correct. However, I do have motorway number 5, which I can use to ultra swing these yellow fuckers down over to here. So now we have more yellow dudes coming in here and more yellow dudes going over there. All of that should be wonderful. Okay. I should probably keep an eye on chat. Good God. Good God. Scroll up, Goog. Scroll up. Okay, there's Shadowheart having a mole on her butt. Okay. Sunny heard about Brexit in class. Leah Fireheart got to the UK just as Brexit became a thing. That's a wonderful time to be in the UK. Samurai Sam quoted me saying something about dying, which sounds about right. Yeah, Brexit is weird. It's fucking weird that Brexit fucking happened. People are stupid. People are very stupid. Especially conservative people. Especially conservative voters. Just broadly speaking. Is grey robbing ultimately... Grey robbing is not a victimless crime. Grave robbing, there's a discussion to be had. Sam is yelling at Leah for helping me. Oh no, everyone's discovering that they have swords. We've all got swords! I don't know what movie that's from. I've forgotten. What movie is that from? It's from a movie of some kind. Okay. I'm just gonna hit this drop for Leah Fireheart. I feel like that's relevant. Oh, it is from Aladdin. Thank you, Sam. See? Doesn't it feel good to help? Even if it's helping with the mildly obscure Disney movie references. Let's see here. This blue circle's angry. This yellow circle is a problem. I'm just gonna say it's not even angry. It's a problem. Now, how shall we solve this problem? I don't know, Maria. Let's figure it out together as friends. If you... Where is this red going? Oh, this red is going down here into this to go over to there. Okay, I understand that. That tracks. That makes sense to me. These yellows, meanwhile, not so greatly. What if you come over here and then voosh out that way? That'll get these two houses connected to the this thing. Actually, come to think of it, that'll connect every yellow to this thing, which not necessarily what I want. Hold on. What if we murder this traffic light and then get rid of all of this road? If we get rid of all of this road and then point... Well, these yellows right here can just... Nope, they can't actually do that. There's a motorway there. All right, fine. Well, what if you just shoop yourselves down off that away and then up over here and round about there and into there and down to here? That should be something interesting. Yeah, let's go with that. Interesting. That's a word for that. Interesting in the ancient Chinese curse sense. You come over here and then down that way. That'll get exactly one additional gray house into this sort of dying gray business. Man, every business counts as a sort of dying business right now, doesn't it? You, green, you're interfering with traffic. Go away. These blues are... Whew, boy. Oh, those blues are made for... they're kind of fucking. Is that just what they'll do? One of these days. Anyway, you three blues come up this way and in that way. Go support that business? Sure. Everybody go. Everybody go. We're up over 3480. Perilously close to and indeed flying past 3,500. And then we died very quickly thereafter. So 3,558 commuters feels like a pretty good score. I'll take that. It's now a good time to mention that I have a hard out and I really should have been paying attention to time this whole time. I should have been paying attention to time this whole time. I didn't. I missed Sam. Again, Sam. Yesterday I missed you by 6, and today by 25. Ugh! Curses! Foiled again. Would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for those meddling kids and the dog and their failure and their roads. None of the letters in Ghost are in the Wordle today. Pain. Pain and agony. Is it plain? Good God, I saw the 3 greens and I thought I was a savant. Okay, so it could be, hold on. There's a it's place. Okay. There we go. There we go. Impressive. Hooray. I did the Wordle in 3. It is not Ghost Plane, as funny as that would be. Down goes the Wordle text. Now, let us draw some connections. We have a bow, an arrow, a quiver, a target. These all feel like archery terms, but isn't anchor also an archery term? Isn't that a thing? I feel like that's a thing. I feel like anchor is an archery term. Yeah, we should probably hold off on bow, arrow, quiver, and target for just a minute. Let's back away here. Plus heart. This could be Cupid shit. Heart, bow, arrow, and quiver. That could be shit related to Cupid, but it could also just be shit related to herrings and how red they are. So, hey, speaking of red, hearts are red, roses are red, violets are blue. That's unrelated, and I am the Goog. Why? Do we have any more obviously red things? A red arrow is a thing, right? A red dragon is a thing. A red dragon is a tag team. Okay. Fortunately, there isn't a... Thank you, Ghosty. Yes, I am laughing at me. I'm funny. I amuse. My humor is important to the most important person for my humor. Me. God. Okay, I need... Okay. Leah Fireheart is actually trying to be helpful, which is good. Belt, slug, deck, and clock are all words that mean fucking punch someone. There. Wallop. There you go. So, a spit is a thing that spins, right? And you roast things on it. Is that? It's also a straight stick type thing, as is an arrow and a rose. These are all like very thin, shafty things with a head part, right? Is there anything else that's like a drywall anchor's kind of like that? Am I making shit up? I might be not necessarily making shit up, but okay. What about, hold on. Gin and bridge and war are all card games. Hearts is a card game, but not heart, I don't think. Is there a card game called Anchor or Spit? Yeah, Spit. Bull Spit. Yeah, that's a card game. Okay. Good job, Goog. Well done. Oh, Lord. Okay. So, we need... I mean, I've still got a lot of archery stuff here. We've got... Okay. Dragon, heart, rose, and target are all red things, right? Because dragons can be red. Hearts are typically red. Roses are red. We just did that rhyme. Target's a brand name. And here's a weird chime. God damn it. Yeah, that one wasn't as great. One away. One away. Curses. All right, maybe it was Red Arrow and not Red Dragon. But if that's the case, what do dragon, anchor, bow, and quiver have to do with each other? Knucking, fuffing is what they do. Great. So dragon was correct. Arrow was incorrect. One of these three isn't the thing that we want. So, dragon, target, heart, rose, and target. Heraldry? Bows are often red. That's true. Boop. I feel like we're just taking stabs at it now. So the good news, that one was one away, which means target, bow, and dragon are all correct. Have you tried arrow, target, bow, quiver? No. But we just deciphered, if I'm doing my logic puzzle correctly, in my head, we know that there is a foursome that consists of dragon, bow, target, and one of heart or rose. Which... Don't be weird. Oh my god, do the archery words. Okay, fine. Anchor, arrow, bow. See, the problem is there are four... There. Archery. Archery equipment. Good god. Anchor, heart, rose, and dragon are classic tattoos. Sure. That tracks. I guess. The fuck connections. The actual fuck. Okay, so we need Orioles, Dodgers, dudes who played in the Negro Leagues, dudes who had a 300. Okay, a dude who had a 300 batting average season in the Negro Leagues is Jackie Robinson, right? Am I correct in that? Sure. A dude who had 10 homers in a season in the Negro Leagues is Josh Gibson. And a dude who had 10 pitching wins is Satchel Paige. I don't... Okay. Ghosty said coat of arms, and then it turned out that there's tattoos on arms, which, I mean, yes, that's technically correct. Imagine trading Mookie Betts. A 10-homer season for the Dodgers is Freddie Freeman. And a 10-win season is, there's a pitcher who goes in this square. He's got nice hair. Fernando. An Oriole who had a 300 batting average in a season is, I feel like J.J. Hardy had one really good year. Do we want to fuck up the grid by saying J.J. Hardy, or just be, like, decent, smart people and say Cal Ripken Jr.? You know what we can do is both of those things. Because Cal Ripken Jr. had a 300 batting average season, and J.J. Hardy absolutely hit 10 goddamn home runs. Come on, that's not a lot of home runs. Mike Mussina fills out the bottom right square, and that, my friends, is an immaculate grid. Good God. I failed. There was no... Okay. Was there a Pedro? Did Pedro have 10 pitching wins in a season for the Dodgers? He was like a relief pitcher, and they traded him. I could be wrong about that, actually. I think I might be wrong about that now. Let's quickly. Maybe I perhaps could have. Did he have 10 wins for the Dodgers? Oh, Oh, so he did. I mean, yeah, relief pitchers get wins, but they don't get 10 of them, except for the one time Pedro did get 10 of them in a game in a season in 1993 when he was really, really good for the fucking Dodgers, and then the fucking Dodgers traded him to the fucking Expos like fucking idiots. But anyway, okay, so I failed to remember Pedro. That is true. But what else is true is that amazingly, there are no quotes related to sadness or failure, which goes to show you that the quote feature does not have anything to do with the actual streamer. But anyway, that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. I intend to be back later tonight for Valkyria Chronicles 4, but you know how I have a job where I have to be on the call in 15 minutes? That job is scheduled to go all goddamn day. So if that job goes all goddamn day, I'll see y'all Monday. If not, we'll be back later tonight for Valkyria Chronicles 4. Either way, there's Baldur's Gate 3 later today on YouTube. Folks, have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.